So once again here, I've written out the data that we have for the number of arrests that the 12 people in our sample have. So each of these are the possible number of arrests that somebody could have, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and each of these are the frequencies or the number of people in the sample who have each number of possible arrests. Now, this is ratio level data. We're talking about a count of something, and this means that we can show it in a histogram. And as I mentioned before, a histogram has an x-axis or a horizontal axis and a y-axis. The x-axis shows you the different values that your variable can take on, or the number of arrests. And the y-axis shows the frequency, or f. So you might already notice that we have some similarities here. Our x-axis corresponds to the first column in our frequency distribution, and our y-axis corresponds to the second column in our frequency distribution. So to make this histogram, we're now going to list out the different values that we have on this variable. So we can have 0 arrests, 1 arrest, 2 arrests, 3 arrests, or 4 arrests. For frequencies, we have counts in our data that go up to 4. So there's no more than 4 people who have any particular number of arrests in this sample. So I'll also make tick marks going from 1 to 4 going up here. So we have our x-axis with number of arrests and our y-axis with the frequency. Now we can draw in bars that correspond to the frequencies for each number of arrests that we have. So in our sample we have 4 people who have 0 arrests. So we're going to go over to 0 arrests here, and we're going to make a bar that goes up to 4. This tells us that in our sample, the number of people who have 0 arrests is 4. We have 3 people with 1 arrest. So we're going to go over to 1 arrest on our x-axis, and we're going to make a bar that goes up to 3. So we have 3 people who have 1 arrest, and we can keep going on down the line. So we have 2 people with 2 arrests. For 2 here, we'll make a 2, line at 2. We have 1 person with 3 arrests, so here we're going to make a line up to 1 for 3 arrests. And then finally, for 4 arrests, we have a frequency of 2. So we're going to have 2 people who have 4 arrests in the sample. And that's it. We've made a histogram. And that's all you need to do for that.